And this is no kind of person that should be a therapist. They should rip her license away for even suggesting that. Drama and chaos ensues, and Jasmine is finally open for business, and here we are. Or does Gino not agree to all the conditions? We will see. And why is Rob a better therapist than the therapist they chose? That is saying something for sure. But first, make sure you comment, like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. I appreciate all the support. Drop a super thanks if you want to show it on the channel. Y'all are amazing. Thank you so much. Let's get right into it because we're almost at the end of this season, and it has been a roller coaster of a train wreck, wrapped in an enigma, wrapped in an anomaly, all packed into a giant Rubik's Cube, because this is ridiculous. And all of that is not because all of these people are super smart or intelligent. It's because the producers are just constantly trying to figure out drama and wrap everyone's mind around it, which is entertaining, but doesn't lend itself well to actual relationships. Why does before anyone says a word, why does Florian look like he's trying to look like he's thinking, but also holding in a lot of gas? Because that's what he appears to be doing right now.
Yeah, it would help.
What?
Certainly would help.
So, hold on. They just said that if she lets you enable location services, basically be able to track her, would you be okay with an open marriage? And then he's basically saying, yes, it would be okay. Well, he says it will help. He doesn't outright say that. But tell me what the flip is. The whole adamant way he was doing things about, I'm not going to do this the whole way throughout. And now all of a sudden, yeah, if she turns on our location so I know where she's getting down with another dude, then sure, why not? Seems a little, I mean, the whole thing is weird. And I have my own questions about Gino, but it's even worse.
Otherwise, Jasmine, could leave me and cheat on me with someone else.
So, hold on a second. You're saying that she could leave you and cheat on you with someone else. So, naturally, you're going to say yes to an open marriage where she is going to go and bed another male companion, as we will say very nicely and kindly. Or she's going to get down and dirty because the lady brought plenty of certain kind of toys with her when you were around, and they weren't exactly tame toys, if I'm remembering correctly. She got problems, that's for sure. But you're saying that is how it's going to fix your marriage, and you're afraid to lose her? Dude, you already lost her. She's gone. And some interesting people give some good insight to this later in the episode.
Gino! Gino, goddammit. Look at me.
Look at Rob. Rob trying to get, like, what are you doing? And I will say the one thing about Rob this whole time is trying to get him to not do this, because he knows, even Rob knows, that this is insane.
What's the point?
Exactly.
Of the GPS.
Yes.
If she can have sex with other people anyways.
It's like, yes, the whole point of putting on the GPS is so you know where they are, so they're not doing that. So you know, if you have trust issues, I can tell where they are at all times. But no, let's know exactly where she is doing it. And let me tell you something, his phone is going to light up like a Christmas tree, pinging all over the place with where Jasmine is, because, yeah, that lady is not looking for someone to just keep her marriage alive. She's looking to relive her teenage years or something. That's what she's trying to do. She's going to sleep with anyone and everyone at all possible.
You have to have agreements or it doesn't work.
Oh, yeah, you dumb mother therapist. Now, let me go ahead and just bring back any kind of, look, you know I keep it relatively clean. I try not to cuss. But this therapist telling them you have to have agreements or it's not going to work. Lady, if you were any kind of real, look, it says right under her name. Look, so they claim they're hired actors, and look, I would be willing to believe that, but they are actually putting them out there as licensed people, a licensed professional counselor, an LPC. You have to get all the internships, you got to take the test, you got to do all the residency hours to get the LPC. I know that for a fact. So they are at least parading her around like she is an actual licensed counselor, and she is sitting here telling him that you have to have agreements to make it work, instead of saying, no, focus on yourself or divorce, because it's not going to be good for either of you. Instead, she's like, no, go ahead, Jasmine, sleep with this person to save your marriage, because she's a stupid person. She's an idiot, and this is no kind of person that should be a therapist. They should rip her license away for even suggesting that.
I want to say, I've had a hard time.
Oh, you've had a hard time.
Being anxious talking in front of groups.
Okay, yeah.
And a lot of you guys have been, on our side.
No, nobody has been on your side.
Helping us, and I want to say thank you to everyone.
You're thanking the people who have not helped you even an inkling. You have Jasmine, who has been the devil in everyone's ear. You have Natalie, who is quite possibly going to actually injure somebody with her anger because that's the type of person she would be. You have Stacy, who can't deal with her own kind of cheating Florian, not cheating Florian, but yet she's going to get in fights with Florian, but yet she's not going to get in fights with Florian. And then you have Sophie, who is trying to entice other people with her tight clothing. But these are the people that are going to tell you how to keep a good relationship. And you want to thank them? You should be telling, you know what? Screw you all. I'm leaving. None of you are good. None of you are good people to be around. I'm leaving to go hang out with some people who might actually be some decent influences and help our relationship. At this point, he's probably better off bringing her parents there because they'd be better off being there with them than all of these people that they're surrounded by in this resort.
Honestly, my head's like all over the place,
No,
to
it's
be
not.
honest. Yeah, it is.
You looking for the out?
With the recommitment ceremony coming up, I've been thinking a lot about, Natalie and I's relationship.
No, you haven't. You haven't think about
I
it
feel
all.
like we're connected. I feel
No, you don't. You don't think you're connected. This is trying to round out their story. He's actually playing a part here, trying to finish it up in the best way possible because he knows it's going to come to an end, that he knows there's no chemistry. He can say, I care about you all the time, but you haven't even had her come to your house. I mean, I know she's crazy, dude, but you carrying this on for what reason? So you can continue to pay for her apartment, to act like you're going to give her acting roles so you can play on this TV show? I mean, what's the point? There's no point. This is trying to wrap up a storyline. That's it. I know I care about her, but I just don't know what's going to happen. I'm like, well, if you stay with her, she's probably going to cut off some parts you don't want to lose.
I'm going to miss having Darcy's support.
Oh, you mean the support that she actually tried to push your relationship farther apart from Florian? You mean where she all of a sudden got a phone call from her husband saying, hey, I have additional information from when some girls were at a bar several months ago. Let me go ahead and do that right now after Darcy was put on the spot. That's the person you're going to miss. I understand that's your twin, but don't fool yourself in saying she's been supportive of your marriage, because she sure as hell hasn't.
Yeah, I feel part of it.
If you saw this side profile of Darcy right now, you would not be, with like a silhouette with complete shadow, you would not be able to distinguish her from a duck. They take this duck face to a whole nother level. This is not attractive. I don't know who told them that this was what attractiveness looks like, and they think when they look in the mirror every morning, like, I look good. Yeah, I can't feel my face. I got the lips and the plump, and but yeah, I look good. Like, I mean, who told them this? Like, their husbands should be like, maybe dial it back a bit on the Botox and the fillers, just a little, just a hair. I mean, even Stacy looks a little bit milder compared to Darcy. Like, Darcy looks like a cat, like almost like someone botched some cheek injections or something. I don't know, but it looks insane.
Ethical non-monogamous marriage, like just the fact that you are.
She's appreciative of him being open to the ethical non-monogamous relationship, the ethical non-monogamous marriage. You'll be interested to see that this is the last time you see them use that term. They drop it like a sack of potatoes, and she is still playing the game of manipulation right now.
I feel like I need to take action.
Oh, I need to take action by agreeing to let you be, excuse my French here, railed by another guy. Like, what on earth is going through his insane mind right now? Look, I understand that part of this is a storyline, but I actually think some of this probably played out in real life. And yes, they're not together because this idiocy of a plan that they concocted. And guess what ended up happening? She ended up with Matt, and now she's pregnant. And that was what was always going to happen because she don't want Gino. She's looking for an excuse. And for whatever reason, he's still doing the whole, yeah, I think I can't be with you because you're not showing me the intimacy I need to see, but I'm going to let you sleep with another guy. Just have sex with her, Gino. Good Lord. Or admit that you're either, one, attracted to dudes, or two, you ran out of blue pills and it just ain't working. Because other than that, I don't know what's going on with you.
I would say that he's single and not looking for anything serious, just to have fun.
Okay, so he just wants to sleep around, and you're gonna be privy to that. He's gonna introduce you to his open lifestyle of, I'm just gonna sleep with whoever pops up on my Tinder profile. Congratulations, you're both whores.
But I really want this to help us
I'm
And
sure
if
you
I
do.
have to stop seeing this person, that's going to happen. Like, we take this person out of our marriage because I want to protect our marriage.
No, you don't. You're a liar. You're a freaking liar. You've been manipulating everyone every step of the way, devil on their shoulder, whispering in their ear, and now you're going to say, oh, I'll drop him if I catch feelings because I want to save our marriage. You freaking liar. My God, these people are just, they lie. The ease with which, if any of you have ever watched Yellowstone, the ease with which you lie, talking about Beth Dutton, because that is what she does. No problem at all. Just lie without remorse. Basically, almost on the pathological level. I think she probably believes her lies.
I don't need to talk. I don't want to really talk to Matt, to be honest.
Oh, huh?
That's very strange.
She wants him to talk to Matt, to have a conversation. So not only that, but now it's just, I'm just going to humiliate you, Gino. I'm going to make you talk to the guy that is going to be giving it to me nightly since you aren't. And then you have to come to terms with that or whatever. And you're going to let him, decide that, oh, Gino's going to have a say in it and these are the terms and that's what's going to happen. When in reality, she's going to do whatever the hell she wants. But when he says, I don't want to talk to him, she says, that's very strange. I'm like, no, what's strange is this whole situation and the fact that you were able to manipulate him to letting you be able to do this without just getting divorced, and yet now it's strange because you don't want to talk to him. I think part of the fetish for her is humiliating Gino. That's what it is. It's becoming very clear. She must not only sleep with this guy, but humiliate Gino in the process.
This is it, guys.
This is it.
Oh my gosh, we have the Four Stooges back. We have hypnotherapist, pointless blonde lady, guy who seems to want to go to your trauma that you had on the playground, and non-monogamous ethical BS lady. All of them are claiming to be the therapists that are trying to get these couples together. And do you think when they don't remain together, they just all kind of like lose their licenses or something? Because good God, the unethical nature of what they do. I mean, look, there are some good therapists, there are some bad therapists. This is a whole nother level of bad therapists right now. That's why they are not the Three Stooges, they are the Four Stooges.
We're able to use this time to kind of process what we've gained, and we're going to talk about that, what we need to move forward tomorrow, and make some decisions about what will happen at the recommitment ceremony.
None of which you helped with through this whole freaking process. You put them in the hands of a damn hypnotherapist who just wanted to scream at the earth about half the episodes. Like, that lady, it doesn't even... like she said, life coach. Didn't even have a license under there. At least the others claimed a license. Hers is just like life coach and hypnotherapist. And the hypnotherapy was pass out and they're like, like all of it was completely fake. And they're going to claim like, we're going to help you get there. Like, come on, man.
You're at this moment in your relationship and in your marriage, what would that be? Because that will be kind of a segue to take you into these next moments and tomorrow, the recommitment ceremony.
You literally said nothing. I want you to think of one word that sums up your relationship to carry you into the next step, which is the recommitment ceremony. It's like, but how do we get there when we're still having issues? No, see, you're going to be carried into the recommitment ceremony with the big ball. In fact, take your rage, just ball it up and scream at the sky, because this is all she's good for. She says nothing, she has you do nothing, and charges people probably $500 an hour. Fraud? You know what? If you want to see a fraud, this is a fraud. Right here, fraud lady. Just, if you ever see someone with this face right now, just run the other way, because she's going to take your money and not feel bad about it.
It's first words to come to my brain is family.
Sounds nice when she says the first word that comes to my brain is family. Now watch his body language.
Family.
Oh, that's nice. Oh,
Not
yeah.
about only.
Look, he's smiling because he's thinking the kid that he wants to have, and you offered to have a second opinion. So he's smiling, but then she has to clarify, not just...
The second, talking about my family, your
And there's the face of, oh my God, here we go again. Now watch the shift.
family,
All
all
encompassing.
family,
Uh-huh.
it.
All
Thank you,
just
family.
family.
And there goes the arm. As you pull away. That was the most predictable shift in body language I've ever seen. Because she had to throw in there and say, I'm talking about my parents, who I want to have to come and have my divorced parents live with us in our home, which couldn't possibly go wrong. Now, y'all need to come to some arrangement about how she can spend time with her family, sure. But whatever is going on here with her pushing to have her divorced parents live in your household, like, that just doesn't scream great idea.
I have it.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
Evolve.
Oh, evolved. You know why she says evolved? Because he finally agreed to let her be nailed by another dude.
Evolve.
Wow.
I love it.
I would say come back.
Oh.
Does he think, does this clown right here think he's making a comeback? Like, what is the comeback here? That you've agreed to let her be with someone else so you can sit there and watch your porn? Or are they going to set a nice chair in the corner for you so you can sit there and actually be the term that is coined for that? Is that what it is, Gino? So you're feeling pretty good about that, huh?
Oh, very similar. Wow.
This doesn't fit all, right? You're saying this is our relationship.
Yeah.
This is our marriage, and we have
Ours.
to decide what's going to work for us.
Yes, doesn't fit
at
everything.
the end of the day.
Except for you dumb mother therapists who are sitting there telling them it's okay and you have to figure out what's best for your relationship. It's not going to work. It doesn't work. Y'all sitting over there making it seem like, oh, but it's your relationship. Sure, but you're doing them a disservice by not saying, by the way, this isn't going to work. Even the lady who was advocating for it and saying, yeah, I'm in an ethical, non-monogamous relationship, stated that they deal with all kinds of problems, all kinds of conflict. They have to talk about it constantly. That screams they're fighting all the time without her saying that outright. That's exactly what she was saying. And yet you don't want to say that because you want to have your cake and eat it too. Guess what that ends up as? Ending up with nobody, ending up alone.
It's very, very important that before you make this recommitment that, everybody who would be involved in this open marriage is on the same page.
Sure, everyone needs to be involved, even the guy that's going to be sleeping with your wife. And Gino's sitting here talking about a contract. We need to have a contract laid out. You know what could have happened in the time it would take you to lay out that contract and everything? You could have slept with Jasmine about 57 times. Instead, you're going to take the time to draw out a contract, meet and be best buds with Matt while he gets her pregnant, instead of just sleeping with her. Why don't you admit you have a serious problem? Because this is getting ridiculous.
I'm really in no hurry to talk to Matt.
Exactly.
Honestly.
But are you in a hurry to make this agreement with your wife?
Okay, Snarky McSnarkerson. This lady right here, who is the one who also admitted that she argues with her husband about this constantly, but yet advocates for this, wants to be snarky and saying, well, are you in a good hurry to do this? Like, if he doesn't want to talk to the guy that's going to be sleeping with his wife, why on earth is that a problem? You should be sitting here saying that is unhealthy to even consider this. But why can't you? Because that's what you do. Because you find it okay because you want to do that. Instead of being able to, on the outside looking in, saying, okay, these are things I've done. These are things I'm even doing currently, but it's not the best path. That's what you should do. If you want to keep it with you and not take it away from what you're doing in your marriage, then you can still say it's not the best path for most couples and still be at least reasonable and at least come off as some sort of semblance of a good therapist. But no, they can't even muster up that. She's got to be sarcastic with it.
She just wants Matt.
She wants Matt.
Yes.
That's it. It's not an open relationship.
Yes.
It's none of that. She don't want a threesome because that means Gino's involved.
Exactly.
She wants to have an open relationship so that she can be with Matt.
Yes, 100%. This is what I'm talking about. Why is Rob more knowledgeable than the experts over there, the therapists, coming with the real knowledge of what is really going on? Has his own problems in his relationship, can't seem to stay off of dating apps or whatever he's doing, but yet he's got enough grounding to say, this ain't going to work. And all Jasmine wants to do is be with Matt. That's exactly obviously that's what ended up happening, but at this point, that's all that was.
You're going to be okay with it?
Exactly.
When she tells, because she's got a guy lined up, so as soon as y'all go home, boom. She's out that night.
Exactly. Look, I'm sorry, but you got to tell someone they're right when they're right. And Rob is coming with the knowledge on this one, so he gets a point. At least he gets one little point. All the negatives he gets a point for this one. And saying, you do realize that once you get home, she's going to be off with him. You're setting this all up now. In your last resort therapy sessions, you're setting up her sleeping with the other guy. So when she gets home, it's all set up. The parameters are in place. The contracts are laid out. She can go right over to Matt's house and sleep with them. And what can you say? I guess you could say no, but she's gonna be like, oh, you signed all this, you agreed to all this. God, he's an idiot. They're all idiots.
Squash?
When you hit in a ball to the wall.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So there is no real person there, correct? But game going on.
She's making a metaphor for how Josh is just a wall, by saying when you play squash, there's just a wall. Yes, you hit a ball against a wall, but is there not another player in there playing with you? It's an odd metaphor, I will say.
I do love you and I do care for you.
I do love you and I do care for you. Okay, whatever you say, champ.
But I do have to let you go.
Uh-huh. And now, right now, she's thinking of all the things she can do to harm him. And even though she comes off as reasonable in the moment, she's not. She's plotting her revenge. Trust me. Oh, yeah, that right there, that's the revenge face. That's the, I figured it out. I figured out what I got planned for you, buddy. Better sleep with one eye open. Look, that's this crazy person. Looks like a thought bubble in my head right now. That's what she's gonna be doing to him, living rent free in his head like that, with that same look on her face right there.
But she just wants love.
I mean, seriously, she is like the ugliest crier, I think, probably on the show. But she's saying, Natalie just wants love. She just wants no, Natalie wants status. Natalie wants someone paying for her apartment. Natalie wants someone who's going to get her ahead in her acting gig. And it doesn't matter who it is. She can jump on the website that Gino met Jasmine on, Sugar Daddy website or whatever, and probably find someone else. Some other schmuck who's going to do it. And oh, by the way, she's always going to be bat-ish crazy. So there's that. But as of right now, does she scream, I just want love? No, of course not.
and meet someone who gonna love me for real.
Oh, okay.
It might never happen.
It's not. You keep acting the way you're acting and crazy about everything and just losing your mind with the most minor things. It's not going to happen because they're going to run for the hills as soon as you decide to kick them in the balls because you didn't like something they said and claim that they body shamed you when that's never what happened. So you can claim a lot of things about him and all the things he did wrong. Clearly he was there for the wrong reasons. Clearly he was trying to commit or you know, get some good publicity for his company when people will look it up, clearly. But all the crazy stuff you did and said and did throughout that whole thing didn't even make sense. It was ridiculous. You're not selling yourself as a good person to spend someone's life with.
Transparency, communication, respect, and part of it is...
By the way, none of that is in an open marriage. Transparency, okay, there's never going to be 100% transparency. Sorry, there's not. Communication, nope, it's never going to happen. And there is not 1 ounce of respect in an open marriage. You are literally cheating. That's all it is. Maybe y'all agree to it. It never is going to end well, and that is lack of respect for your wife. If you are married, lack of respect for your wife or lack of respect for your husband. That's all it is. There's zero respect in that.
Yeah, can you hear me?
T's gonna make him do it. Gonna get him on the phone. This guy looks come on, man. That guy, that nerd looking fool right there. The claimed gym rat, but all right, whatever you say, champ. I mean, I get it. He's an upgrade from Gino, I guess. I mean, but Gino's just weird. You know what Gino is? Gino is droopy. If you've ever watched the old droopy cartoons, that's what he is. He's like, all right, Jasmine, I just can't because I'm not emotionally attached, Jasmine. Like, that's all he is all the time. So this is not going to end well for anybody. Well, clearly, obviously they filmed these things way apart. We know kind of how they play out. And clearly it played out just how I think it would have played out, which is tragedy, disaster. Well, not tragedy, but disaster. Nothing was ever going to work. And she's going to make him communicate with Matt and be like, all right, Matt, you seem like a nice guy. Now here's my wife presented naked, ready for you on the bed. Like, what the hell is going on here in this marriage? So neither one of them are fulfilling any vows whatsoever. And she is just, look, you want to be with someone else, leave. That's all there is to it. Gino, you don't want to sleep with her. You want to do whatever you're doing, leave. Both of you are wrong for that. We'll see how it ends out next week in the final commitment ceremony where maybe if we're lucky we'll have one person saying sure, but it's not going to work out for any of them. To be determined. But make sure you comment, like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, share with your friends, and if you want to support the channel, drop a super thanks. Y'all are awesome, and I will see y'all next time.